Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're uncovering a truth that most people ignore. Where you are right now is not where you have to stay. The frustration, the doubt, the feeling that time is slipping away. It all ends the moment you decide to rise. If you're tired of the same excuses, if you're ready to break the cycle and step into the life you were meant to live, then this message is for you. Because transformation isn't about luck or talent. It's about the price you're willing to pay to become the person you promised yourself you would be. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of motivation. Now let's begin. I can see what lies ahead, and I can tell you this. The world does not show mercy. It does not discriminate between the strong and the weak, the courageous and the fearful. It will break you no matter who you are. That is the nature of life. Struggle is not an exception, it is the rule. It comes in relentless waves, wearing you down, testing your limits. But if you break, understand that this is not the end. It is only the beginning. The true measure of a person is not in how they avoid pain, but in how they rise from it. There is no shame in being broken, only in choosing to stay that way. The story worth telling is not the one of someone who never fell, but of the one who stood back up time and time again. Life will strip you down to your core, leaving you with nothing but the raw materials of your own resilience. What you do with those broken pieces determines everything. You can remain shattered, letting the world define you by your wounds, or you can rebuild yourself, brick by brick, stronger than before. Every great transformation is born from struggle. The deeper the pain, the more powerful the rebirth. This is why belief is everything. The greater the battle, the stronger your conviction must be. Pain will test your will, and doubt will creep into your mind, whispering that you are not enough. But belief is the foundation of all comebacks. Before you can achieve anything, you must convince yourself that it is possible. You must change the way you see yourself, reshape the way you think, and cultivate an unshakable certainty that you will rise. Because if you do not believe, you will never take the first step. And if you never take the first step, you will never know what you are truly capable of. Every morning I wake up and face the mirror. A familiar wave of anxiety rushes over me. The thoughts come fast. There's not enough time. I'm falling behind. I haven't become the person I need to be. The weight of unfulfilled potential presses down like an invisible force. And I know I'm not alone in this. So many people wake up feeling the same urgency, the same fear that they are running out of time. But the real question is this: how do you shift that belief? How do you transform doubt into certainty? Because here's the truth. Your reality is nothing more than the reflection of your belief system. The life you are living, the results you are getting, they are all manifestations of the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. Every time you tell yourself you aren't enough, that belief shapes your actions. Every time you hesitate, question yourself, or expect failure, you are reinforcing a future that aligns with that doubt. But if you want to break free, you have to challenge that voice. You have to sell yourself on your own potential every single day. Not just once, not just when motivation is high, but relentlessly, until your belief is unshakable, because belief dictates action. If you expect to fail, you will. If you doubt yourself, you will hesitate. And hesitation is the killer of opportunity. I have seen incredibly talented people, individuals with all the skill and potential they could ever need, sabotage themselves simply because they never believed they could succeed. This is why vision is everything. This is why setting a goal is not just important, it is necessary, because we grow into the expectations we set for ourselves. The real struggle isn't in reaching the goal, it's in having the courage to define it in the first place. Most people don't fail because they lack ability, they fail because they never truly decide what they want. But the mind is limitless. We have been given mental faculties so powerful that even the greatest minds in history have barely scratched the surface of their potential. The only question that remains is, will you use yours? Most people drift through life half asleep, unaware of their own potential. They move through routines, caught in the momentum of habit, never stopping to question their thoughts, their actions, or their limitations. They don't invest in themselves, not truly. But the moment a person wakes up, the second they become aware of the power within them, everything shifts. Suddenly, the world is not fixed, it is moldable. Reality bends to the force of intention, and the limits that once seemed unbreakable They dissolve the moment you understand that you were the one who put them there. $1 million is not an unfathomable amount of money. A groundbreaking idea is not an impossibility. We are creators, working with a force so vast that we have barely begun to tap into its depths. The mind is limitless, and once we grasp how to properly wield its power, we begin to see that what we thought was impossible is simply uncharted territory. But here's where many go wrong. They look at success and place it on a pedestal, separating themselves from those who achieve greatness. They assume that successful people are somehow extraordinary, as if they were gifted with something beyond reach. But that is a lie. The only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the mental frameworks they build and use to propel themselves forward. If you can reconstruct your beliefs, if you can rewire your mind, you can accomplish anything. This realization became my driving force. I began to ask myself a single question: what would I be willing to devote my life to even if I failed? That question strips away all external pressures, all illusions of certainty. It forces you to confront what truly matters. Nietzsche once wrote, "I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible." And he was right. The fact that something seems out of reach should not be a reason to avoid it. It should be the very reason you pursue it. If success were guaranteed, where would the challenge be? Where would the glory lie? True failure is not falling short. It is refusing to try. Everyone wants to win, but few understand that winning is built on a foundation of losses. And that is the ultimate question. When you lose, what do you take from it? Because the answer to that will determine everything. Every time someone stumbles, the world rushes in with the same advice. Get back up. Keep moving. Shake it off. But I don't believe in that. Not entirely. When life knocks you down, don't just scramble to your feet out of desperation. Stay there for a moment. Feel it. Understand it. Because in that space, in that stillness, you will find clarity. Failure is not an endpoint. It is a lesson disguised as defeat. And if you don't take the time to absorb that lesson, you will rise only to fall again. I don't see failure as failure. I see it as an attempt. Your first, your second, your 10th. Every setback is just another version of progress. The only real failure is refusing to try at all, because trying takes courage. Getting back up is not just about movement, it's about conviction. It's about standing up with a new perspective, with a stronger will, with the understanding that resilience isn't about being untouched by failure, but about refusing to be defined by it. The hunger to begin again after defeat is what separates those who succeed from those who surrender. And that hunger must be fed daily, with belief, with discipline, with the unwavering decision that this time you will push further. Because at the end of the day, success is an internal game. 95% of it happens in your mind before it ever materializes in your reality. If you don't believe you can, you won't. If you don't convince yourself that you are capable, no amount of external validation will be enough. This is why you must sell yourself on your own ability. Every single day, you must wake up and declare, today, I step forward. Today, I rewrite my story. I don't care how long the road is. I don't care how many obstacles stand in my way. I will see it through. Because the moment you commit to that path with everything you have, nothing will be able to stop you. I've spent too many years trapped in this place, repeating the same patterns, making the same excuses. And I refuse to stay here any longer. I refuse to accept this version of myself as my final form. I am done with the cycle of frustration, the weight of regret, the endless loop of almost trying but never fully committing. I want more. I want change. And every single day I am reminded of one undeniable truth. I am running out of time. There is no pause button on life, no rewind, no second chances to relive today. That reality is unforgiving, but it is also liberating, because it means the only thing that matters is what I do next. It doesn't matter who I am right now. This version of me is temporary. What matters is who I am becoming, the vision I hold in my mind, the person I have sworn to build. I am not interested in being defined by the present moment, because I know that who I am today is only a fraction of who I can be. The only question that truly matters is this: what price am I willing to pay to become that person? Because transformation demands sacrifice. It will strip away comfort. It will test the very foundation of my will. And when that test comes, when I am attacked, doubted, humiliated, and left with nothing but the weight of my own decisions, What will I do then? Many people can climb to success, but few can survive the descent. The fall is where people break, where the illusion of invincibility shatters, where the loneliness of the journey becomes suffocating. That is the moment that will define everything. Will I crumble, surrender to fear, retreat into the safety of my old self? Or will I rise, bruised but unbroken, proving to myself that I was always meant to stand among the greats? I already know the answer, and so do you. The story you are writing will not be forgotten. You will be remembered, not for what you endured, but for the fact that you refused to stay down,